नमस्कार। आज 26 जनवरी 2021 इंडिया रिपब्लिक डे सेलिब्रेशन में आप सबका स्वागत है। मेरा नाम अवनी है और चालो चरखो रमियो प्रोग्राम आज बात कर रहा है भगवतुला चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट आंध्र प्रदेश से। थोड़ी देर में हम उनसे बात करेंगे। वी welcome you all. We welcome you all on the 26th of January 2021, the celebration of Republic Day. Today we are very glad to be having a great conversation on the topic of Charkha in education. Before we start and talk to the Bhagwatula Trust team, I would be referring them as BCT team from now. I would like to give a little bit of background of the Charkha program. So the Chalo Charkho Ramiye program has been started in the year 2013 on 2nd of October. And we started our journey with having a very eminent painter, Tufan Rafai, at the ashram, Gandhiji's first ashram in India, which is called Satyagraha Ashram Kochrab, which is in Ahmedabad. So our journey started from the ashram, which is kind of a very blessing of a situation for us. So we started on 2nd of October 2013, and the main mission of our program is to bring back a charkha in every Indian home. This is a very, very dramatic dream, but we know that this is going to happen. It has already started. There was a time then when charkha was in education in all the Indian educational systems, in schools, in colleges, and for certain reason it has gone down. So slowly, we are looking at how to bring back charkha in education system. In last 7 years, we have been doing a lot of public demonstrations, showing people charkha, bringing them in touch with charkha again. We are doing first-hand experiences. We are doing formal trainings where anybody who wants to learn hand spinning with charkha or takli. Takli is something like this, which is also known as a drop spindle. So we are basically trying to bring back charkha to Indians, and we started with once in a month program in Ahmedabad, and over a period of 3 months, we actually didn't realize that it was so popular that we started getting invitation from different parts of India. People were looking for where to buy charkha from, where to learn spinning. A lot of people didn't even know that how a yarn is made, which was like quite shocking for me. But for me, when I started this program, the idea in my head was that nobody knows spinning, or maybe nobody have been practicing spinning in India, and that's where there is an ongoing research and documentation going on the program. And to my surprise, even my mother and my uncle in my own family know spinning. And till 2013, I didn't knew. Till 2013, I didn't knew that my mother knows how to spin. She had formally learned this in school in a small village in Gujarat. So that's very encouraging. And during my travel for research, documentation, and promotion of charkha in India, I came across a lot of traditional animal herders. So basically the shepherds, the camel keeper, the people who have animals, and they use their hair for making yarn. So this tradition is still alive to a certain extent in different parts of India. And I started my journey with Gujarat and then Rajasthan and then kind of Maharashtra down south, a little bit of North India, and I'm connected with Northeast. So when I started traveling for Charkha program, I realized that my idea was wrong. I was wrong, and sometimes it feels good when you are wrong. So for me, within 3-4 months, I started realizing that I was wrong, and spinning is still there in India. The whole thing is that it is not so on the surface, and yes, it is not in school education yet. So for me, according to my understanding till then, it was a great association with the Kocharav Ashram and the managing team of Gujarat Vidyapeeth, which still formally has Charkha in education system. So there is one school in India, one university in India, which was founded by Gandhiji, which is called Gujarat Vidyapeeth, and still Charkha is formally there in their education system. So if you don't pass the subject of hand spinning with certain skills, you don't get your certificate. You don't move on to the next class. So that was kind of very surprising for me to know. And yeah, so over the period of time, I started collecting information and documenting information about hand spinners of India, where still we can buy charkha, what type of charkhas are there. I have been exploring myself different kind of fibers, like we do cotton, we do silk, we do hemp, we do linen, we do sheep wool, we do camel hair. So till now we have been doing a lot of such skills. And when I realized that, and I am really happy to come across a lot of such traditional hand spinners of India. So in 2018, we formally also started teaching Charkha formally. So the program of formal education of Charkha with a certificate is started by the Chalo Charkho Rabia program in 2018, and we are happy that we are very successful in our model, which is a 30 hours hand spinning practice, where you learn about different kinds of charkha. You learn about the box charkha, which is also known as Yaravada Chakra, or in Gujarati we call it Peti Radio, which was kind of created and found in Yaravada jail when Gandhiji was in Yaravada jail. This was developed under his supervision, something which is compact, something which is a little faster to the Bardoli Chakra, which you see on the screen just now. And that is where we started the whole formal education of hand spinning. And we are very glad to say that we have successfully done few schools in Ahmedabad, gurukuls in Ahmedabad, gurukuls in Lucknow, and we are still moving on. From tomorrow, we are teaching at one of our very good Gurukul concept schools in South India, and we will be teaching the teachers. So training the teachers is also one of the aspect of the Charkha program. We have been focusing on hand spinning and education, and that is where I've been following a lot of people online, and I came across the post of Instagram by Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust, before a year, and I was so happy to see what you were seeing on screen just now. So you were seeing the screen which is shared. The organization's name is Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust. We will know more about the charitable trust from the team in some time. So when I came across this, I connected with Jayaji, and Jayaji was very glad to be connecting with us, and we were happy to see small young hands making different, they were practicing different processes of spinning. So what you see on the screen is the Bardoli Chakra, and people are, students are sitting and spinning on Bardoli Chakra. So they are making yarn from cotton. This is what was very mesmerizing for me, because I was searching that which school other than Gujarat Vidyapeeth in Ahmedabad is still practicing this, and according to my knowledge till date, Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust is the organization which is doing that. So we thought that today, when we are starting our series of online conversations, we should start with Charkha in education, and we today have a wonderful collaboration with them. And what I have got a small note in front of me about Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust, and it was established in 1976, which is almost 40 plus years now. And one of their strong belief is the country's prosperity lies in the well-being of its villages. And I think that touched me to my heart, because I come from a very humble background of traditional potters from Gujarat. I have lived life in villages of Gujarat, and the villages which never had electricity, didn't had water in the tap at home. We used to go to the river to fetch the water, and I think we are losing. We have almost lost a lot of them, but we should bring that back. So when this particular belief was sent to me, I was so happy that yes, there are still people, there are still organizations which are working for well-being of Indian villages. And we will know more about the Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust, BCT, in some time. Before that, I would like to share a little bit more about the Charkha program. So after we started the formal education, we also started working with weavers, and we were told a lot of times by a lot of weavers and a lot of textile people that the yarn which is made on charkha is not good for weaving, and people cannot weave it. But I think there was a time in India where weavers had a lot of patience, and we are very glad that today we are working with 3 weavers in Gujarat. They are very old, and they have been doing weaving on a very basic loom, and we have developed some beautiful khadi with the yarn which is made on the charkha, which you will be seeing after a while. So the box charkha yarn, cotton, and hand weaving. So we are very glad to say that we have developed that khadi, and we successfully been having good buyers for it. So this is also a very nice tool of income generation, and also of giving employment with dignity. That is what is the focus of the program, along with the education system. So here is what I would like to say, that do visit our website. It's www.avnibharia.com, which is there on the chat and which is also there on the profile, to know more about the program. So one more thing, we would be talking about what we have recently started in the program, which we will do after we talk and we have a conversation with the BCT team. So I would welcome Renuka ji on the screen. Can we have Renuka ji on the screen and have, we would love to start a conversation with her. Um, Raghav, can we have Renuka ji on the screen from the BCT team? Namaste, Renuka ji.
Namaste.
We will be talking in Hindi now, and we will be having a mixed conversation in Hindi and English. रेणुका जी नमस्कार, आपका स्वागत है। आप अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन दें और उसके बाद हम आपसे बात करेंगे आपके ट्रस्ट और उसकी एक्टिविटीज के बारे में।
जी हाँ,
ओवर टू यू।
मेरा नाम रेणुका है, आंध्र प्रदेश विशाखापट्टनम रामबिल्ली मंडल से बोल रही हूँ। भागवतला चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट, हम यहाँ एक स्कूल रन करते हैं, डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं भागवतला चैरिटेबल ट्रस्ट में। उनमें से एक है स्कूल हाई स्कूल। मैंने हमारे स्कूल 1993 में स्टार्ट हुआ। उस समय CLTP था। CLTP मैंने चाइल्ड लिटरेसी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम। इस प्रोग्राम में हम स्कूल ड्रॉपआउट्स को लिए थे, विविध ग्रामों से आए वाले स्कूल ड्रॉपआउट्स को लेकर 1 ईयर में 5th क्लास एंट्रेंस लिखाकर हम 1997 में हाई स्कूल स्टार्ट किए और 93 से हम चरखा बच्चों को सिखाते हैं। हमारे स्कूल में 3 एम्स होती है। वो है पहली एजुकेशन, स्टेट सिलेबस होती है और चरखा स्किल्स में सिखाते हैं। स्किल माने हार्टिकल्चर और चरखा। चरखा और हार्टिकल्चर कॉमन स्किल है और टेलरिंग एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल ऑप्शनल स्किल्स है। और उसके बाद बच्चों को हम सोशल एनिमेशन करवाते हैं और सोशल एनिमेशन ईयरली 3 टाइम्स करते हैं। वे है माने गांव में जो जो प्रॉब्लम्स होती है उसको बच्चों से ही चूज करते हैं और छोटे छोटे लघु नाटिका और प्रेरणा गीतों से एक कार्यक्रम होती है। और 3 बार मैंने दशहरा हॉलीडेज में एक बार और संक्रांति हॉलीडेज में और समर हॉलीडेज में जो भी समस्या गांव में होती है उससे लेकर हम बच्चों से ही गांव को सुधारने के लिए हम वो सोशल एनिमेशन करते हैं। और जो चरखा बच्चों को इसलिए सिखाते हैं कि कंसंट्रेशन आती है। चरखा एक बार वो चरखा घुमाते समय राइट हैंड, लेफ्ट हैंड, आई और ब्रेन एक चारों एक बार उनको काम आना चाहिए। हमारे स्कूल में 0 लेवल से बच्चों को लेते हैं और उनमें जो कंसंट्रेशन आना है वे चरखा से आता है, वे हम यकीन करते हैं। इसीलिए हम हर बच्चों को 6वीं कक्षा से लेकर 10वीं कक्षा तक वे चरखा करते हैं। एवरीडे 1 आवर करते हैं और उसके बाद हार्टिकल्चर करते हैं और बाकी दोनों ऑप्शनल स्किल्स है, टेलरिंग और इलेक्ट्रिकल। तो चरखा से इस तरह सिखाते हैं कि 6वीं कक्षा से लेकर वे सीड्स निकालते हैं और एन करते हैं।
मैडम, मैं आपके साथ ये जर्नी में जाना चाहूंगी। बिफोर दैट आई वुड लाइक टू गिव अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ ट्रांसलेशन on this. On the screen we have Renuka ji. She is the principal of the school, as per my understanding of which is started by the Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust, and they have a wonderful model of how to take care of the well-being of the villages, and the children from class 1 to whatever age they are in, they every day spend an hour. Am I correct, Renuka ji?
Yes, correct, ma'am.
Yeah, so I think it's a very heartwarming thing to know that somebody in India is still spinning an hour a day, and we call them Charka Sainiks. I would now take you all along with Renuka ji to see the whole process. So charkha is not just taking cotton and spinning. There is a pre-process which we should all know and we should all practice and we should all understand, because a lot of things which we see on screen, it looks very easy, and the moment you start doing it, you know the nitty-gritties of it, you know how your body and mind are not connected. So the problem of we all so distracted, I think that can be solved by charkha, as correctly what Renuka ji told just now. Renuka ji, अभी आप बात कर रहे थे कि उससे concentration बढ़ता है चरखा चलाने से, और मैं उसकी साक्षी हूँ। मेरा कंसंट्रेशन बहुत, आई वॉज अ वेरी वेरी डिस्ट्रैक्टेड पर्सन, लाइक मैं मल्टी स्किल्ड, अपने आप को मल्टी स्किल्ड मानती हूँ, लेकिन मैं बहुत डिस्ट्रैक्टेड थी जब मेरे हाथ में चरखा आया। और 7 साल से मैं भी ऑलमोस्ट रेगुलरली 1 घंटा प्रैक्टिस करती हूँ, और उससे जो कंसंट्रेशन मेरा बढ़ रहा है, आई वुड नॉट से कि बढ़ गया है, बट बढ़ रहा है, वो आई एम एन एग्जाम्पल। ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है आज के जमाने में कि ह्यूमन बींग्स का कंसंट्रेशन डेवलप हो। हम जिस तरह से बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन, नॉलेज, टेक्नोलॉजी से हमारी जिंदगी हावी हो गई है, उससे हम डिस्ट्रैक्टेड हैं। तो उससे डिस्ट्रैक्शन को कंसंट्रेशन में लाने के लिए चरखा एक बहुत ही अहम आयाम है, बहुत ही अहम टूल है। एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एवरीबॉडी to spin, if not hour, at least 15 minutes a day. It definitely brings a meditative effect on your body and mind. और धागा बनाने में जब आपका लेफ्ट हैंड, राइट हैंड, आपकी नजर, आपकी सोच सब मिलता है, तब जाके धागा बनता है। और वो जब होता है तो आप दुनिया भूल जाते हैं, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड कॉन्सेंट्रेशन फॉर मी। सो अभी हम रेणुका जी से साथ उनके स्कूल में जो बच्चों को किस प्रोसेस से, मतलब कॉटन फील्ड से लेके यान तक की जो प्रोसेस है, वो हम रेणुका जी के साथ देखेंगे। रेणुका जी, फर्स्ट प्रोसेस क्या होता है? कैन वी टेक द कैमरा टू द प्रोसेस? जब आपके स्कूल में चरखा सिखाते हैं तो सबसे पहले क्या करवाते हैं, क्या प्रोसेस होता है, वो हमें बताइए।
धागा से वो रूई से सीड निकालते हैं पहले।
वो सीड वाला जो टूल है, उसके पास थोड़ा स्क्रीन ले जाए, हमें क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा है। रघु जी थोड़ा सा नीचे, थोड़ा सा यस यस यस, बस अब थोड़ा स्टिल कीजिए। मुझे मुझे वो टूल देखना है जिसके ऊपर वो सीड निकाल रहे हैं, वो पर्टिकुलर साधन देखना है। इट इज अ वेरी वेरी सिंपल टूल। रेणुका जी इसे क्या कहेंगे? टूल को आपकी लैंग्वेज में क्या कहते हैं?
निडुपुराटनम कहते हैं। निडुपुराटनम।
ओके, और उसको हिंदी में क्या कहेंगे?
राटनम मैंने चरखा है।
एक बहुत ही सिंपल टूल है जिससे फ्लावर्स, कॉटन के जो फ्लावर्स हैं उसमें से सीड निकाल रहे हैं बच्चे। रघु, कैन वी गो अ लिटिल क्लोजर टू द स्टूडेंट? वी वुड लाइक टू टॉक टू हर। यस यस यस, विद द टूल। साधन भी दिखना है और उनसे बात भी करनी है। रेणुका जी, आप स्टूडेंट का नाम बता सकते हैं?
माधवी।
नमस्कार मानवी, आप अभी क्या कर रहे हैं?
చదువుతున్నాను ఇప్పుడు మేము ఇక్కడ నుంచి దూదిని వేరు చేస్తున్నాము।
कैन यू शो अस? आप बताएं कि पहले आपके हाथ में सीड वाला रुई और उसके बाद कैसे रुई में से सीड निकाल रहे हैं। वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, इट इज सच अ सिंपल टूल। रेणुका जी, आप इसके बारे में बता सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमें आवाज नहीं सुनाई दे रही, तो आप बात करें कि ये क्या हो रहा है।
जी, वो सीड जो रुई है, रुई को पकड़कर माने वहाँ वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट जो है वो माने काठ से बना हुआ है, लकड़ी का बना हुआ है, जो दो
अच्छा।
गोल लकड़ी जैसा होती है, और बीच में रुई रखती है, और रुई
अच्छा।
इस तरफ आ जाती है और सीड उस तरफ गिर जाता है। माने घुमाने के लिए जैसे चरखा के है उस तरफ पीढ़ी होती है, वहाँ उस पीढ़ी से घुमाती है। घुमाते समय सीड एक तरफ और रुई एक तरफ गिर जाती है।
अच्छा, वेरी ब्यूटीफुल।
हाँ, उससे पहले ये करते हैं कि रुई में वो सीड और रुई को थोड़ा सा लूज करते हैं, बस लूज कर उसमें रख देते हैं। रख देने से सीड और रुई दोनों अलग अलग तरफ हो जाती है, बस।
वेरी गुड।
हाँ, सिंपल मेथड।
ये साधन कहाँ मिल सकता है? मुझे एक चाहिए।
जी हम यहाँ बनवाए हैं,
ओके।
हमारे पास ही बनवाए हैं।
अच्छा, ये सीड निकालने के बाद क्या प्रोसेस होता है? सीड निकालने के बाद क्या प्रोसेस होगा?
जी ऐसा एक को बनाते हैं, ये होती है
अच्छा,
मैंने उसको क्लीन करते हैं बच्चे, फाइन करते हैं
कार्डिंग
उसमें
कार्डिंग।
हाँ
हाँ, वो प्रोसेस बताइए थोड़ा, कैमरा स्टिल रख के क्या कर रहे हैं बच्चे?
वो उसमें क्लीन करते हैं, थोड़ा कुछ उसमें जो है तो वो सब क्लीन हो जाएगी।
कचरा
और
निकल
जो
जाता है।
हाँ हाँ फाइन होगा, उसके बाद स्मूथ भी होगा, रुई स्मूथ होगा, रुई स्मूथ होते साथ साथ वो फाइन भी हो जाएगी। उसको हम ये को बनाने के लिए रेडी हो जाएगी।
अच्छा
छुट्टू छुट्टू
अच्छा।
एक मिनट
और ये
एक
जो
मिनट
कॉटन,
एक
सॉरी
मिनट
मैम।
वन साइड चुप चुप
अच्छा, अभी वो पूरी बना रहे हैं, ओके।
या पूरी बना रहे हैं, वो पूरी अभी धागा निकालने के रेडी हो गई।
वाह, ब्यूटीफुल,
यस मैम।
वेरी ब्यूटीफुल। आई थिंक ये सारे चीज जब बच्चे सीख रहे हैं, बच्चों को कैसा लगता है? आपके यहाँ बच्चे कैसा रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं?
ఇది నేర్చుకుంటున్నారు కదా, మీకు ఏమనిపిస్తుంది? బాగా అనిపిస్తుంది.
బాగా అనిపిస్తుందండి. అంటే తీయడం వల్ల దారి నుండి వస్తుంది, దీని వల్ల ఆదాయం కూడా వస్తుంది.
मैंने वो बता रहा है कि ये निकालने में मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि ये बनने के बाद धागा निकलता है, धागा से हमें कुछ पैसा आता है। मैंने इन्हें जो
वेरी
पैसे आते
ब्यूटीफुल।
हैं वे जमा कर लेते हैं,
अच्छा,
बच्चे ही यूज करते, वे अपने यूज के लिए पैसे यूज करते हैं, इसमें देते
वाह,
हैं। हाँ हाँ
बहुत अच्छे बहुत अच्छे। हम वापस आएंगे ये देखने के लिए। और इसके बाद क्या प्रोसेस होता है?
ये ना
इसके बाद धागा पूनी को हम ये जो आपने रोल बनाया उसको हम गुजराती में पूनी बोलते हैं। तो पूनी को आप चरखा पे यान बनता है ना?
जी हाँ, और पूरी से
अच्छा,
धागा बना।
धागा बन रहा है। और ये धागा जो है उसको लपेटते कैसे हैं वो देख सकते हैं क्या हम?
हाँ हाँ है देख दिखाते हैं। वो उससे लपेटते समय
अच्छा
वो जो चदरंग है उससे पहले से लेकर फिर वहां आते तक 1 मीटर धागा होता है। और
अच्छा, रेणुका जी आपकी आवाज कट रही थी, फिर से बताएं।
वो जो चदरंग है उससे जो धागा निकलता है 1 मीटर है, एक आने से उस तरह हम 500 मीटर धागा बनता है ये।
अच्छा अच्छा
इसे हम चिलपा कहते हैं तेलुगु में।
अच्छा,
हाँ
हम इसे आटी कहते हैं, गुजरात में उसको आटी कहते हैं, सुतरनी आटी। सो कॉटन का जो हैंक, इंग्लिश में इसे हैंक कहते हैं।
ओके थैंक यू मैडम।
ब्यूटीफुल। तो ये 500 मीटर का होता है ना?
नहीं 500 मीटर।
अच्छा, I would now like you on the screen. रेणुका जी, हम आपसे फिर से बात करना चाहते हैं। So just now on the screen we saw the entire process, right from picking the flowers. We didn't say we didn't go to the farm, but right from the flowers to removing to the seeds of the flowers, then carding, manually carding, so cleaning the cotton, and then we saw how they make the puni. From the puni, the yarn is made on the charkha, and then it is gone to again a winding tool where they did wind this tool and made a hang. Now I think Renuka ji has the fabric which we would like to see, which is made from this yarn, which is called khadi. Can we open one fabric 1 meter and see the transparency of it? So this is a beautiful fabric which is made from the charkha yarn. Wow, beautiful, very nice. Renuka ji, this fabric is woven by whom? Who weaves? ये weaving कौन करता है?
बच्चे और सब बड़े भी सब पहनते हैं।
बच्चे weaving करते हैं?
हाँ पहनते हैं। टाइलरिंग यूनिट है यहाँ हमारे पास।
अच्छा।
बच्चे जो टाइलरिंग सीखते हैं वे इससे कपड़े बनाते हैं।
Beautiful. So the entire process from the farm to the fabric is done in the school. Even they are taught sewing. So garment stitching भी सीखा जाता है स्कूल में. Here I would like to share that India का जो education system था जिसमें art and craft के नाम पे somebody called B. Suresh has put in the chat that who does the weaving. Suresh ji, just now Renuka ji told us that the weaving is also done by the students. They have a weaving unit where the students learn weaving and they do the weaving. So that is something beautiful. We all should visit your school. Renuka ji, आपके स्कूल में आना चाहते हैं और हम सब देखना चाहते हैं, बच्चों को मिलना चाहते हैं. कोविड के बाद हम जरूर आएंगे. यहाँ पे मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी कि भारत में स्कूल में उद्योग के नाम पे 3 चीजें सिखाई जाती थी. एक तो था फैब्रिक कंस्ट्रक्शन फ्रॉम फार्म टू फैब्रिक, ऑल्सो सोइंग एंड हैंड एम्ब्रॉयडरी, एंड उसके साथ साथ कारपेंट्री और फार्मिंग. ये 3 चीजें, रोटी कपड़ा और मकान, ये 3 चीजें एजुकेशन सिस्टम में थी. और I think this is kind of something which is valuable for kids to start learning from childhood, because urban schools में जब मैं जाती हूँ, जब मैं देखती हूँ तो बच्चों को पूछते हैं कि बच्चों को हम जब पूछते हैं आपका कपड़ा कहाँ से आता है, तो वो किसी ब्रांड का नाम बोलते हैं या किसी मॉल का नाम बोलते हैं, वो किसी दुकान का नाम बोलते हैं. उनको पता नहीं होता है कि कपड़ा बनता कैसे है. काफी लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि कॉटन क्या है और कैसे कहाँ से आता है, शीप वूल क्या है वो पता नहीं है, अपने हाथ से काम कैसे करना वो पता नहीं है. जब हम पूछते हैं कि खाना कहाँ से आता है, रोटी कहाँ से आती है, तो बोले आटा चक्की से आता है या आटा पैकेट में आता है. सो द होल एजुकेशन system has to bring this to kids. We are responsible. We as adults are responsible to bring the education, proper education to our children, our youth, because that is how we can sustain their understanding. Because ये मजाक की बात नहीं है कि बच्चे को पता ही नहीं है कि खाना फार्म में से उग के आता है या ग्रेन्स कहाँ उगते हैं या फल कहाँ उगते हैं. They don't know it, and which is very ignorant of the entire education system, what is happening just now. So I'm very glad to know that there is farming being taught, and there is the entire textile process is being taught in BCT. हम चाहेंगे कि ऐसे बहुत सारे schools में भी सारे schools भारत में हो जहाँ पे ये पूरा system सिखाया जाए. और मैंने जब स्पिनिंग देखा, I was 25, so मैंने भी बचपन में कभी स्पिनिंग नहीं देखा था. मैंने स्पिनिंग मिल्स देखी थी, लेकिन हाथ से कैसे स्पिनिंग होता है वो नहीं देखा था. So I'm very glad to be connected with BCT, and we will do a lot to bring this model to different parts of India. We will now invite Shriram ji. I suppose Shriram ji aap hai. Namaskar,
Yeah, hi,
Shriram ji.
Ami. Namaskar. So thank you for having this.
Namaskar. Shriram ji is the secretary and one of the head of the non-profit Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust. श्रीराम जी आपके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए और उसके बाद आप अपने ट्रस्ट के बारे में और चरखा क्यों आप लोगों ने चरखा चुना उसके बारे में बताइए. सो आपसे शुरू कीजिए.
Yeah, see, Bhagwatullah Charitable Trust, we started in 1976 as a part of how do we look at developing the villages to be self-sufficient. How can we look at developing leaders that would take care of the villages. So that's how it got started, and we continue to believe in that. And how the school got started was as part of the child labor rehabilitation program. We were the ones who were talking to the ILO saying that look at the rural scenario where children are taking care of their families or tending cattle should also be considered child labor, because it's not just the factories itself, you know. So from that came the BCT High School. Like, how can we look at developing a cadre of youngsters who understand villages? Because of the time while living, they don't really understand what's happening in the villages. And can we look at creating a self-sustaining, self-reliant youth? And therefore, we thought of coming up with this self-reliant, value-based, skill-oriented, rural-biased education. You know, because most of the curriculum is geared towards cities, not to the villages. So as part of the three-part curriculum, you know, academics, vocational skills, and then what we call the social animation, where the children are the change agents going into the village. These are all three important aspects that we considered. And for Charkha, it is of historical importance. It's something that's culturally been with India. You know, no other more symbolizes nationalism than Charkha. And why not we teach children? Because this is something they need to understand, the connect that we have from generations. And then for the child, it improves the hand-eye coordination, the concentration levels. So both ways, it's a win-win situation. Hence, we came up with let's teach them Charkha. So that's where we are now.
Wow. I think I was looking forward traveling this year, but due to pandemic, I've been connected with Jayaji over phone, but I've not been able to travel. But I'm dying to, after seeing this, I'm dying to come to your school. And I think this should be a model, and this has to be a model which has to be coming back to every school in India, because I know when kids have used their hands and made something, the beauty of creating things with your hands is so satisfying. And I have been traveling and teaching Charkha in whatever way I can. And I have come across kids right from 3 years of age to elderly people of 90+ years. And in last 7 years, I think everybody has appreciated Charkha. Everybody wants to do it. A lot of people are still practicing. I have met very, very old people in old age homes. And once I was in Varanasi, I would like to share this experience that once I was in Varanasi with the Charkha program, and we try to bring this to old people also, because they know the skill, and the kind of situation with elderly people in old age homes is very, very bad. It's very heartbreaking to see them how depressed or upset they are with their own lives. And I met this whole group of old ladies in Varanasi in an old age home. Initially, they resisted even to see us, but we had a big hall and we started spinning, and slowly, the ladies started joining us. And there was a lady who was about 96 years old, and she was observing me. And after 15 minutes, she told, "Stop it! This is not how you do Charkha." show me this charka. I'll teach you how to do it. And she sat on the floor with me, and the first yarn she made, which was I think probably after 70 years, she picked up the charka, and it was thin like our hair, maybe thinner than the hair. And she started sharing her story that she learned this skill when she became a widow. And at that point of time in India, there were formal education systems, not just in schools, but by the Khadi board, by the freedom fight movement. They were formal 21 days training where people were taught charkha, and then they make the yarn, and they used to get wages, and they used to get fabric against it. And she so happily talked about this, and suddenly at the end of the whole conversation, she told me that I was a widow. I raised 6 kids spinning yarn. Just by spinning yarn at that point of time, I have raised 6 children, and today they don't need me. So I think for me, it was a very, very exciting moment to see a 96-year-old spinning so better than me. And she was so excited to share her experience about how you can earn a dignified income sitting at your home spinning. And also, there was a sad story to it. But I think it is very amazing that this is a skill which I have also mentioned in my book, for which we will be talking in some time, that this is about income generation with dignity. And when we talk about income generation today, everybody has this in their head that we want like in lakhs. But it's not about lakhs, it's about something which can sustain you. You can get your dal roti twice a day, and you can have a dignified life through charkha. Also, charkha teaching is also one form of income generation, because wherever I go, people say we need local people to come regularly to our school to teach spinning. So that is again a form of income generation model what we are looking with the charkha program, and we definitely will see how to collaborate with BCT and do more of such work. Here I would like to share about the book which we wrote, as in I wrote, sorry. So this was basically the whole intervention done because I thought that it is much needed. So this is more of a pictorial book where we talk about, it starts with talking about khadi, because it is very sad that people don't know what is khadi. A lot of people don't know what is khadi. So we talk about khadi. We talk about education and hand spinning. Here I also talk about spinning and health, because it's all about our mental health and physical health, and the kind of distractions we are going across, and how concentration and meditation can bring in good health to us. And also about Swavalamban and hand spinning. So this is a small attempt done by me. It is part of the program, and I wrote this in Gujarati. I'm a Gujarati. So I wrote this in Gujarati, and later on it was part of the whole process that we had to translate it in Hindi and English. So so basically, this book is available online. This book is something which is a very, very basic tool for anybody who wants to understand hand spinning. And I think this is a very good curriculum book for schools. And people who have a box charkha, they can get this book and they start spinning on their own. So over to you, sir, again. We would like to know that at what age the kids are introduced to this in the school?
Standard, that's about 11. Because
okay. And what do they do first? How this? What is the introduction? What do they do first? So a little bit in depth, if you can talk, or maybe Renuka ji can talk about this.
As you see, they start with what is cotton, how do we de-seed the cotton. So
okay.
the whole process and then for a couple of months they're just looking at the teacher doing, the other seniors doing, while they do the physical work, not exactly the spinning part. So after a little while is when they introduce to the charka. And at best, you were right when you're saying that the generation, they can take about 80, 100, 120 count because they're so fine spinning. Here we are just looking at 26 count to 40 count maximum. And then the point which I want to actually correct, because mostly is done by the local weavers, not students. Students have not, it's just they know what it takes, they know the weft and everything, but we give the yarn to the local weavers, so they, even that also very few weavers are left who actually can do khadi weaving, sorry. Not many can do the khadi weaving because it's so difficult, it has
Absolutely.
to be so even that we're trying to see how best can we keep the village weaving, because if you take one weaver, actually one weaver takes about 5 people to work to get the entire loom going. So every loom there's 5 people who are actually we are generating employment for 5 other people. What we don't realize is it could be very small. We did this experiment when we had the schools in the villages that we taught the teachers and the school children from 1 to standard 5. We taught them because we need to tell people that look, this is what our culture is. Today jeans and t-shirts have become ubiquitous all over the place, but khadi you don't get anywhere in the world except in India.
Sure.
Every district, even actually very strange enough is that for Andhra, every district has a very distinct weaving technologies that most of them is lost. So how best can we tell the students that, or the next generation that, this is what our parampara is, that this is what our inheritance is. This is what we need to give it to the next generation. And then, our education system is such that it's been 23 years since we started the school, and 70% of the children, all of our alumni continue to stay in the villages. So that's what the aim should be. How do we keep youngsters back in the villages? It's not give them education, give them a skill that they neither are fit in the village, neither are they fit in the. So we are basically, developing misfits. So how do we?
I think it's very, very important. It is very, very important that people become self-sustaining. And according to my understanding, we all in India have a enterprising psychology. We are all enterprising people. So every village was self-sustained. Every family was involved in different kind of skill or craft or art or business, maybe farming. But it is always a family intervention. It is not one person intervention. And when we say weaving, we are connecting from the farm to the cotton cleaners, to the yarn makers, to the weavers, and even before the weaving, warp making is one of the most tedious process, which I've been doing recently myself, so I know how much of patience you need. Specifically with the khadi yarn, it is delicate. It is not weak, but it is delicate. So using it in the warp and the weft is very, very difficult. But I think that is what is needed for Atmanirbhar Bharat. When we are talking about Atmanirbhar, when we are talking about Swavalamban, when we are talking about sustainability, see, these are the terms which are very much coined these days: sustainability, recycling, upcycling. But living in villages myself, मैं खुद भारत के गांव में रही हूँ. आज भी sustainability हमारा lifestyle है और हमें उसमें वापस जाना है. तो I think जो काम आप कर रहे हैं सराहनीय है. The entire team is doing beautiful work. बिकॉज ये काम करने के लिए सबसे पहले तो अंदर से विश्वास चाहिए कि ये हमारा है. So you start with the understanding that this is ours, this is Indian, this is human. It's not about being Indian, it's about being human and connected to the nature. So फार्म से लेके, फाइबर से लेके, चरखा से लेके, fabric. And when you wear that fabric, there are a lot of beautiful benefits of wearing khadi. भारत का जो climate है, environment है, उसके लिए खादी, it's not just about India, it's about everywhere, that you need to wear local. You need to grow local, produce local, consume local. और ये हमेशा भारत में था. हमारे गांवों को तोड़ के जो अर्बनाइजेशन हो रहा है, उसको रोकने के लिए जो बीसीटी कर रही है, आई थिंक उसके लिए मैं आप सबको नमन करती हूँ. बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. इट्स अ वेरी वेरी स्मॉल थिंग, बट एवरी कम्युनिटी शुड स्टार्ट दिस. So here I would like to share one of the more bigger initiative which we have started in the Charkha program, sir. Recently we launched a yarn makers guild. क्योंकि भारत में आज ऐसा एक फॉर्मल एसोसिएशन नहीं है जहां पे यार्न मेकर्स अपनी बात शेयर कर सकते हैं, अपना स्किल शेयर कर सकते हैं, अपना यार्न बेच सकते हैं और यार्न खरीद सकते हैं, अपना बिजनेस यार्न के आसपास, धागे के आसपास डेवलप कर सकते हैं. तो ये जो हमारा यार्न मेकर्स गिल्ड ऑफ इंडिया है, ये 2 अक्टूबर 2020 में हमने फॉर्म किया है. अभी शुरुआत है. सो वी आर लुकिंग एट मोर एंड मोर यार्न मेकर्स, पीपल हु नो हाउ टू मेक यार्न इन इंडिया. They can join us. Any people who are interested in revival of hand spinning in India, they can join us. So we have a membership format, we have a registration format, and it is open for all, right from children. जो छोटे से छोटा बच्चा भी आज यार्न बनाता है, जिसको हैंड स्पिनिंग में और चरखे में विश्वास है, वो हमारे साथ जुड़ सकता है. इसकी ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट आप देख सकते हैं. सर, अब हम आना चाहेंगे कि आपके साथ, आपका स्कूल है, आपके साथ अगर किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को या इंडिविजुअल को जुड़ना है इस चीज को आगे ले जाने के लिए, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Sir, I would like to ask that what you are doing is a great model. I appreciate it personally, and we at the Charkha program and Aadhar Charitable Trust, we appreciate it. If individuals and or other organizations want to associate with you, because what we are looking at is we don't want to come from Gujarat and bring something from Andhra Pradesh to Gujarat. We want Andhra Pradesh to spread this whole model in Andhra Pradesh, and then we can bring it in Gujarat. So we want to make it more a local program. So how can people associate with you? What is an idea that supposedly if a school in Andhra Pradesh is wanting to come to you, and how can this happen? How do we take this forward to replicate this model?
Basically, over the years, BCT, we've become like a model, and then we become a training ground. You know, we've had many organizations across the country that have come, stayed with us, worked with us. We trained them. Because BCT, we never wanted to become, you wanted to expand by itself. We wanted to train people in such a manner that, you know, we cannot be all pervasive. We are the training ground. We can be the training ground. So people reach out to us. You know, we have our website, bctindia.org. You know, info@bctindia.org is the email that people can just drop a mail. And then we continue to have a lot of visitors. We do have, you know, a big campus enough so we can train people here so that they can go back and then start their own enterprises. I mean, take this mission forward, because you need somebody to train. You need some infrastructure to train. That we all have. So
okay.
we'll be more than happy to train people. We have trained. And then we continue to, you know, extend our invitation to anyone across India, not just Andhra itself. Anybody would like to, because we need to see how do we develop programs, either education or development programs, whatever it is, so that we keep villagers in the village itself. We don't need, you know, we don't need people to migrate off and then create a new set of problems in the cities. So our aim at BCT is to see, can we keep people back in the village? Can we give them that leadership skills? Can we create that avenue that they'll be able to, and the confidence that, I believe in my village, I believe in myself, I believe in the resources that I have. Therefore, I can live here. And our students continue to prove that they don't migrate much. So absolutely more than happy to be a training ground. Anybody who wants to visit us, we are free, we're open. Please do come.
Thank you, sir. I think it's a very encouraging. Definitely, I am coming and I'm promoting this whole model to people through our program, because it's very, very important that we support each other and we promote each other, because India is a vast land and we cannot do everything by ourselves. So collaborations are very, very important. For me, I have this dream that one day India will have charkha in every Indian home. I know this is a 3 to 4 generation project, but before I die, before I leave this earth, I'm looking at having probably my kind of a person and your kind of a organization in each district of India. And I think I'll do my best to kind of see how we can connect together, how we can promote this whole model, because income generation is what people are looking at. People are looking at sustaining local communities, and we at Aadhaar Charitable Trust are also looking at how we don't migrate urban people, rural people to urban spaces, and don't create this disbalance. So right. Definitely, we would like to connect with you later on and see how long should be the program. Supposedly, if somebody is coming to BCT for learning charkha process, so how long should they come? And because it's not just about one-time thing, it's about understanding, practicing it thoroughly. So we will see how we can collaborate on that. Anything you want to tell from your side, sir?
No, as you rightly said, it's a process that everyone should be involved in, and then take it up on, if not for anything, at least to start with an emotional attachment for charkha.
Yeah.
You need to start somewhere. Let us look at an emotional thing, that yes, this is part of our culture. Yes, this is something that we've had, and this is something that no other country has. We're extremely unique proposition, and not many people realize such a simple mechanical local make tool, but we still haven't found more efficient energy usage for a charkha. And then you look at the amount of RPM that the spindle has, and what is the friction regulating using a coil. Everything is local, but you cannot have more mechanically correct instrument in the world. In spite of all the technology, look at the bullock cart, look at the charkha, 2 innovations that India, nobody could have touched it, and we cannot change it because there's so
yes.
So likewise, let's start on an emotional front. And then see.
Yeah, I think one love for charkha is to start with. Love to do things with hand is to start with, and also appreciate that. We talk about technological development, but it should help the environment. It should not be destructive. We have been destructive. Humankind is destructive, and that's why there is a lot of disbalance. We see earthquakes, we see... Sorry, sir?
I said we're learning the hard way through the pandemic.
Yeah, but at least we should learn it now. I think this is what we can do, that we can practice it ourselves, we can give it to our younger generation, to our kids. We can appreciate the elders who have this skill and bring them back to this thing, because sitting idle in an old age home or in a home, or sitting one side in the family, this is the situation of old people in India. Let them come back and let them interact with youth. One of the very beautiful aspect of the Charka program, I feel, is connecting the grandparents to the grandkids, because when they see their grandparents spinning, they're so excited that my grandfather or my grandmother knows this, and they boast about it. And then the family values, they sit together and spin. I think that's very touching to the heart. I think we can do a lot with the Charka program. We are almost 1 hour completed this session. We are looking forward for more and more such session at Chalo Charko Ramiye Instagram Live. This is the first session today with BCT, and I think I'm glad that we interacted in depth. We still have to know each other more and collaborate. We would like to thank today to BCT to accept our invitation and be online, spend time. I know that in the morning you had some Republic Day celebration before this program. So I thank the entire team. I thank Sriram ji, Jaya ji, Renuka ji, and Raghu, who is handling the technical aspect. I thank all the kids. I want to see the kids spinning now. I want to thank everybody, all the children.
She's our instructor, Anant Lakshmi. She got trained about 20 years, 30 years ago in Konduru, which is an extraordinarily old weaving village in Andhra.
Wonderful.
And,
Wonderful. And I would like to see some kids interacting with us before we conclude the session. Can we have 1 or 2 children with us, sir? कोई बच्चे हमारे साथ बात करेंगे. They can talk in their own language and you can translate. I would like to interact with some kids who want to talk with us.
Yeah, this is Devi.
Can we have her talking up with us? Namaskar. Devi, would you like to say anything? She can talk in any language and it can be translated.
తెలుగులో మాట్లాడు చెప్పు నీ గురించి
అందరికీ నాకు నమస్కారం మేడం.
Can we see her properly with her charka?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, Devi, we want to hear you.
Yeah, is it okay?
I cannot see Devi. Yes, I cannot see Devi now.
Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు
Who want to talk to us? I want to see her.
నేర్చుకుంటున్నావు మాట్లాడు.
నమస్కారం మేడం, నా పేరు దేవి. నేను బీసీటీ పాఠశాల పద్ధతి.
Yes, but
నేను
I cannot see Devi, Raghu.
మేడం
Yes, you can start. Yes.
క్లాస్ లో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను మేడం. ఈ స్కూల్లోనే అప్పటి నుంచి చరగా నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను మేడం.
Can somebody translate or I cannot hear her?
वो 6वीं कक्षा में स्कूल में शुरू हुई है.
Okay.
आज अभी वे 10वीं कक्षा में आई है. सो 6वीं कक्षा से लेकर 10वीं कक्षा तक वो चरखा सीखी है.
अच्छा. Great. Thank you.
60 काउंट धागा निकाल सकती है.
Wow. Beautiful. उनको बताइए कि मैं आऊंगी तो मुझे सिखाना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, मैडम वस्तु है तो नु నేర్పిస్తావా అని అడుగుతున్నా.
నేర్పిస్తాను మేడం.
Sure.
Good. Any other kids wants to talk to us?
మీరు ఎవరైనా మాట్లాడదాం అనుకుంటున్నారా? పిల్లలు
Yes.
మాట్లాడు ఫాస్ట్
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ మేడం. హాయ్ మేడం, ఎలా ఉన్నారు?
उसके बारे
रात में 6th क्लास में నేర్చుకుంటున్నాను మేడం. 100 अबव राउंड.
मैंने वो 6वीं कक्षा में शुरू हुई है. उसका नाम लीलावती है.
अच्छा.
वो पहले आपके बारे में पूछी कि आप कैसे हैं.
अच्छा, मैं बहुत ठीक हूँ. आई एम वेरी गुड, थैंक यू. आप कैसे हैं?
నేను బాగున్నాను, నువ్వెలా ఉన్నావు అంటుంది. ओके, वो भी अच्छी है। और 6वीं कक्षा से यहाँ वो चरखा सीखी है, तो 100 से अबव काउंट निकाल सकती है।
Beautiful, beautiful. I think it's very, very encouraging. Kids of standard 6 spinning 100 count, 60 count. Beautiful.
Sir, introduce you to, this is Padma. She is the first batch of BCT high school students. And
Okay.
she is now the vice principal of BCT high school.
Wow. Wow. Namaskar, madam. It's very nice to connect with you and to see how BCT started and आप स्कूल में सीख के अभी आप स्कूल में वाइस प्रिंसिपल है।
థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. నేను ఫస్ట్ బ్యాచ్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో బీసీటీ స్కూల్ స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పుడు వచ్చానండి. సిఎల్టిపి ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో వచ్చానమాట. చైల్డ్ లిటరసీ ట్రైనింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అని డ్రాప్ అవుట్ స్టూడెంట్స్ తీసుకొస్తే అందులో నేను ఒక దాన్ని వచ్చానండి. అప్పుడు కార్డ్ సిస్టమ్ లో నేర్చుకున్నాను. ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ నుంచి 10th క్లాస్ వరకు ఇక్కడే చదువుకున్నాను. 98 లో నా 10th పూర్తయింది. నేను కూడా దారం తీయడం నేర్చుకున్నాను మేడం. నేను 90 అబౌవ్ కౌంట్ తీస్తాను. మొన్న కూడా తీసాను, బాగా వచ్చిందని మెచ్చుకున్నారు మేడం. నేను అంటే మధ్యలో చాలా గ్యాప్ వచ్చింది, అయినా ఒకసారి ట్రై చేద్దామని చెప్పి చేశానండి. చేస్తే బాగా వచ్చింది అని చెప్పి అన్నారు. నేను హ్యాపీగా ఫీల్ అయ్యాను, అంటే మర్చిపోలేదని. నేను ఇక్కడ చదువుకున్న స్కూల్లో మళ్ళీ నేనే टीचर గా వచ్చి నేను వర్క్ చేయడం నాకు చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉందండి. థాంక్యూ మేడం.
मैडम, इसका नाम पद्मावती है और ये फर्स्ट 93 में हमारे स्कूल सीएलटीपी चाइल्ड लिटरेसी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में स्कूल ड्रॉप आउट्स जो हम निकाले उनमें से आई है और फर्स्ट बैच 10th क्लास स्टूडेंट भी है और अभी वे टाइलरिंग टीचर एंड वाइस प्रिंसिपल है। जो हाँ, और सीएलटीपी में जो पढ़ी है उस समय से वो धागा निकालती है 90 अब काउंट निकाल सकती है। तो वो बचपन में सीखी हुई वो चरखा आज भी निकालने से उतना ही काउंट निकाल सकती है। तो उसको हाँ, इसमें हैप्पी क्या है कि आज तक मैं नहीं भूली, अभी भी जहाँ मैं पढ़ी वहाँ ही काम करना मुझे बहुत पसंद आ रही है, वो बताइए।
ब्यूटीफुल, इट इज वेरी बहुत अच्छा लगा आपका स्टोरी सुन के और आई थिंक ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आप जिस एनवायरनमेंट से जुड़े हो उससे लंबे समय तक जुड़े रहें, जो आजकल हम नहीं करते हैं।
हम दोनों कॉलीग्स और स्टूडेंट टीचर है, मैं खाली टीचर इसकी।
Very nice, very nice. I think it's like a family. BCT is not an organization. I would say BCT is a family, and I look forward to join the family.
Sure, anytime. You're always welcome, Avani. Anytime.
Yeah, sure, sir. So I think we are over 1 hour now, and I would like to conclude the session. Charkha in education, that is the theme today, and we are very glad to connect to BCT today in Andhra Pradesh, where Charkha is still alive in education, and we hope and we pray and we work together to bring this model back to different parts of India, and we are sure we are doing that. So with that, I would like to say Happy Republic Day to everybody. Thank you very much, BCT team. Thank you very much, everybody who has joined us online. And we will stay connected and we will do spinning together soon as the pandemic situation is bringing us back to some new normal. Namaskar. Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you for doing this, and I really appreciate that. You're taking it, we have some as an organization, but you as an individual doing it is really noteworthy, and more power to you, and we look forward to collaborating for more time and then see how we can be together and train more people and then get Charkha across.
Sure, sir. We'll do it together. Namaskar.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we are logging off.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.